good.
Turn off your mic for a second. All right. Joel's getting. He's gonna get the. He's gonna get the Big Dick Award. Joel is mic number 3.
Not at all.
We're going to do this, and
I'm gonna poop in that cowboy hat.
we're gonna start with that.
Okay, real quick, do that for everybody.
SpookyBooPodcast.com.
All right.
On Wednesday night.
That's
I don't
our
own that
website.
domain. I don't own that domain.
Buy
I only
it.
own one of them.
Buy it.
Oh my God! I have to
Chris,
turn this down
That's
again.
50
This
bucks
is nuts.
Oh, you have to pay that.
Where's your input, Joel? Where's
Yeah,
where's
let's,
your money input?
I bought a lot of things. I spent the most money on shipping, but
Actually,
I did buy a lot of
It was
things.
that mother
quick, can you do
effing
that
hat
to
that I
mine?
lost $5
Uh,
on.
Oh, that's your
so
fault.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
You're welcome.
You agreed to it. Oh my God, this sucks.
That was all that I wanted out of it.
Now it's the motherfucking Spooky Boo podcast.
All right, now hold on. Give it a second. We are going to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and
No
gentlemen,
more.
That was
It's your
amazing.
You
Monstars.
motherfuckers! Look, you're making it go to the
That-
other channel. There's
I
only
want to
supposed
keep
to be one
playing.
channel. It's
I want
mono.
to keep playing with that.
We're not going to
Wait,
keep playing with that.
Can we
we're
We
not-
started when Joel did the first thing when he said, "I'm going to poop in that cowboy hat." That's when I decided we were going to start
Oh,
the podcast.
man.
all right, can we
So the podcast
do
now
one-
includes
can
all
we-
of that ear rape.
do one like everyone make turkey noises? Echo, but just straight like
yeah, because
Okay,
after
okay,
Spooky
okay,
Boo
okay.
podcast,
Yeah, well,
We can do that.
comes
I will.
Thanksgiving
We're
podcast.
not the Spooky
We can do
Boo
that.
podcast.
after
We're
Spooky
Wednesday
Boo,
Night
Boo-
Crew.
after Spooky Boo, it's the mother clucking podcast. So, and we're all
After we
we're all-
can, we
we're
can
all-
do that, Joel.
because we're just a bunch of fucking turkeys just turkeying it up over here.
You're a
Motherfucker.
jive
All right,
turkey.
fine.
Can we
We'll
add
keep
tur-
we'll keep that in mind.
Can we
Wait,
turkey
hold on.
echo? Like right now?
Yes, hold on.
Alright.
But before we do that, I want everybody to mute their mics for a second so that I can cut this out
Bethune
and
Cookman.
have it be its own thing.
You're not my dad.
So, and also so that I can turn all the knobs up so it's not like gradual. It just starts with just, yeah, that, but, you know. All right, so everyone
Alright,
turn your.
alright, hold on, hold on.
Oh, Jesus.
who's gonna
This is
screamo
gonna
turkey?
Be mad.
Who's gonna deep turkey? Are you gonna deep turkey?
Somebody has to deep.
Like,
How do I do that?
Yeah.
no,
Someone's
like that.
someone's got a normal like.
I think I'm going to have to. We're just
Like
gonna
high pitch.
solve this problem this way.
That's not a turkey.
Fuck's
What are
sake.
you doing?
That's a turkey that barks.
Oh my
They
God.
don't do that.
This is why we
They're
shouldn't
rare,
have
that's why
Joel
you-
on
They
the
just- they just
podcast
stand-
every week.
They stand menacingly next to Cape Hart Road. When
What do you
I'm trying
mean
to drive
every
off.
week? So when I show up next week, you're gonna say just go fucking hang out.
Well,
over
that's
there.
funny
Joel,
because-
go to the basement.
Oh wait, yeah, go to the basement. I
Hey,
won't be here
I
next
left
week.
that gold bar down in my basement. Go find it. Shit. If there was a Goodwill in your
Wait, why
basement,
won't you
I'd
be
down
here
there
at all?
for
Oh
hours.
shit! Right?
at all.
Hey, we should do
Why?
we should do
I
a
have
fucking
surgery
scavenger hunt. How cool would that shit be?
So you can't be here?
I can't
Like even
drive.
to be. Oh.
I can't sit.
He can't lay
Party
down.
at Trace's house.
Yeah, we can go to Tracy. You drag all the shit to
Yeah.
Tracy's house.
So what
Drag
the
to my house.
fuck are you gonna do
Piss
for
page
2
off.
weeks? Just stand?
Stand in the way.
All right, everybody, turn your goddamn mics off. Joel, I fucking hate you. No, you asked for this.
That's fair. You did.
Joel doesn't get it.
I'm muted.
No, you're not muted. You just don't have the effect.
Hey, listen. So
God, I can't.
I can't
handle this
hear you.
anymore.
So the one thing that
We're
reminded me
level
of,
now.
like when we fucking flicked our switch on and off, was like the lighter sound when Lil Wayne had his mixtape, like the. when he-
Stop.
Check.
Stop it. Who's
Can we-
flipping their mic off?
Can we
and
do
off?
the turkey thing now?
Not me, Matt.
We already did
Matt's
the
We
turkey.
didn't
thing.
do the
I'm not
turkey
turning it
thing.
on off. I'm
Oh my
messing
God, I'm gonna have to cut so much shit out because this is just nothing but.
Good. Let's just one turkey and then we'll get it fucking balling.
Like when I post this one, I'm gonna have to put the number to the the suicide hotline in the description.
Well,
Also, now I can't unhear the cathedral sound, even though
I
nobody
know.
has it anymore.
It's amazing.
Like it's still. Like it's kicked up my tinnitus.
Oh,
I
man.
don't know. I feel like the laugh works really well with it.
That was fucking cool.
That was funny.
Can we just do turkeys like real quick?
Can we for real do it
Yep,
then?
yep.
All right, everybody turn
Mic's
your mic
off.
off.
Now can we all do?
This is why we need a digital mixer so that I can just turn that effect on and off.
That's
Like,
true. That's
yeah.
true.
Can we
Just
all
press
do
That's fair.
peacocks real quick and then that's
No,
No.
we're done. We're done
No,
with the
we're
bird
done with
sounds.
that.
We're done with the bird sounds. Let's
We're
talk
done
about the
with
dry
that.
cleaner.
Fucking
or-
bird
Dude,
noises
yeah.
over here.
Did you see this? Did you see the dry cleaner thing?
Yeah,
168th and
I
Harrison.
just drove by it.
Okay, well, everything going on with that.
Eat
So
shit,
somebody broke into his.
Thank God
Supposedly somebody
Station
broke
Gate wasn't destroyed.
broke into his storage unit in Valley, and then
It wasn't us.
tied him
Oh wait, we're in a valley. We're in Bennington.
tied him to a pole next to his shed.
But his hands
The
were
fuck?
behind his back.
He was
already.
outside. He was outside checking on a ham he was smoking at 1:30 in the morning.
And there
Normal
wasn't
time.
even embers.
Yeah, normal time.
But the ham was warm or some shit
But
like
the
that,
ham was
right?
warm, but there's no embers.
Sitting outside.
I guess it's done smoking then. It's good that
Who-
you checked.
They said his hands
Yeah,
were behind his back.
yeah.
But so the thing said like no moss. Something.
No, it-
something.
What did it say?
Rebuild?
Spa no mas.
Rebuild no option.
And
It
it
was
was
spelled
spelled like
terribly.
shit.
Oh yeah, it was
Well, he
spe-
was, so
Obviously misspelled.
somebody was trying to write Spanish and obviously didn't know Spanish.
yes. I d-
Yeah.
i.e. the owner.
Exactly.
Right.
He
Like,
wanted-
Oh, everyone fucking targeted me, dicks.
I want
Yeah,
my
I'm pretty sure that
insurance
was
money
insurance
of
fraud.
Well, I mean, right off the
$500,000.
bat, it was kind of obvious. It was either he was laundering money for somebody and something went
What do you want?
wrong, or he was trying to commit insurance fraud.
My keys are over there.
But at the same time, what's
Spiders
really
or
funny
The goat.
Yes.
is
I have a little one that holds my keys.
at the what's
Good
funny at
second
this
conversation.
Yeah,
yeah,
we're talking. That's why. I didn't mute my mic in time.
same time. His son was on the news and said, "Why would somebody be standing by the building if they knew it was going to explode?" That's a good question.
But he was also outside of the building.
Yeah, but still, you're standing
During
by a building
business
that's going to
hours.
explode.
Trimming bushes while it's raining.
You could be inside the building and not
That's
know it's
fair.
going to explode.
Trimming
That's-
bushes while it's raining. If you had set it to do that, you're kind of going to be like, yeah,
I'm going to go outside.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Better be outside, trimming my bushes.
And wasn't
Never
there
mind the
something like,
rain.
if I'm remembering correctly, I might be remembering wrong, but like he had told a different employee not to come in that day, or like we don't need you, we're not busy enough, or something.
You're
like
cool.
that.
Don't come to school
I
tomorrow.
thought-
Yeah.
I'm going to just.
I have
cover
no
up all
idea.
this shit.
I wouldn't
But
know.
Also, he stopped cooperating with authorities. The moment
Exactly.
they asked questions, she was like, "I'm out this bitch." So
Well, yeah, after they were like,
That is a
sir,
terrifying rendering of
Yeah.
Zoidberg.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, no, that whole thing seemed like insurance fraud. I didn't know all of that information. I had just seen like the initial news article about it.
and they left by boat.
Hey,
By
can you,
boat.
Chris, can
And
you
the-
add a flag in
What
like
do you mean?
20 seconds ago? Can you like place a marker in there, like as it's
Probably.
recording?
She is hot.
Who the hell is
Victoria Justice.
that? Oh, of course.
Ooh.
It is. Labeled audio. Can I? Oh no.
Or like up or along the top. I
Think
thought
she's
there
a
was, like,
part
just
of the
little flag
Illuminati?
Thing.
if
And
it was
look
your
to
like
case,
add a
you'd be
note or
part of
some
the
shit like that.
Illuminati.
No.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good.
Is your fucking
I know there
laugh.
is in Premiere to do like keyframes,
Well, at least we know.
but I don't know how to do it in Audacity.
Where'd you get your boots at?
Tracks.
well,
no.
they're
Transport.
they're
Go to
Laredos, and I got them at Boot
Edit.
Barn.
Cool. I want a pair of boots.
Well,
Get a
and
pair of
that
boots.
doesn't
I'd wear
actually
'em.
let
I
me-
think I want Ariat. So
I have pair. I have
with
two
the flags
pairs.
on the front, American flag on the front. Ooh,
Two
whoop.
pairs of Ariats,
They're expensive though, but you can wear 'em with
and I
anything.
have a
Oh, is
pair
it
of
this?
Laredos and a pair of. Actually,
No.
I have two pairs of Laredos.
Chevy Silverado.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that fuck Ford video?
No. Have you
Oh,
seen
it's
the
funny as
video
shit.
with the guy talking
It's a multi-tool. I'm
about
not really sure
his
what it
Chevy
does, though.
Silverado? The
Chevy
eng-
Silver-
So
Who burped? You stupid.
Brendan, that's
It's
why he's
always
facing
Brendan.
the other
Blowing
way.
it away.
You smell like fucking
Fuck
fish
you
sticks and
guys.
ass.
Who's the old guy?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I will write in here. However, I will say around 30.
Because I was gonna say, if you can like tag those
Blew it away.
times where we like mention something
Okay.
on the screen, I can send you the wallpaper and you can insert it into the
Go
video.
use
That's
mouthwash.
a good point. I will. I'll just write it down in Notepad
Okay.
when we can. You didn't see my on the last episode. I actually did put Joel's pictures in there.
Oh, you did. Yeah, I was just kind of
just
skipping
had them-
around, so I didn't get a.
I also, in that podcast, between my little intro thing apologizing about the shitty audio and the shitty audio, I like dissolved it in. That's like the most I've ever done at Premiere, other than use the razor tool, because I like to cut a lot.
Yep.
What are we
Who's
doing
that?
over here?
Don't
that Victoria
worry
Justice?
about it.
No,
No.
Skype.
Are we? Are you looking at porn over there?
Uh,
Joel's not allowed to have a
it's
web browser.
homework.
Hold on
No,
a
we're
second.
looking at homework. and
Homework,
stuff.
really?
homework
Yeah.
for
Joel's
that
a-
school that you're not.
Joel's
in.
a middle school teacher. What kind of homework would you
He's
be
a
looking
grade
at?
school
First
teacher.
Off, I'm at the elementary school, and also I have my calculator out. So
Okay.
I feel like you just.
Is that one of
opened
those
that up
secret
to-
apps where
He
it's like you
did-
type a specific code
he
into the
did
calculator
open-
and it opens up your nudes folder?
yeah, yep, right there.
Oh, boobs. No. All
So
right, put
suck
your phone
my
away.
ass.
Seriously, it's Matt's the phone guy.
All
Matt's
right,
the
all right,
internet guy.
All right, teacher, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Feels fucking great.
So
You're
Okay.
almost done.
Why don't we do a podcast bonfire night?
we should, if we could take any of this shit outside.
Why can't we? Extension cords.
We need full ass extension cords.
I mean,
Lots of them.
this one's like 100 feet long.
Well, that would
Well-
work. Don't we only need one?
Well, by
What is
God.
we doing?
Matt needs a new fire pit.
Yeah, Matt
because-
doesn't have a
Because
fire pit.
Fire pit is
And we don't have any
completely fell
wood.
apart.
Do you have a shovel? We could just dig a hole in your
What do you
backyard.
mean?
We're not.
What do you
doing
mean
that.
we don't have
we're not
wood?
doing
Go
that.
right next
There's
door.
There's plenty of wood.
We
Is
can
there?
take.
Well, there's one,
But-
2, 3, 4, 5 guys here. We got plenty of wood.
Have you
I'm
seen my
So-
patio recently?
Nope.
Is it
Is
still
it
overgrown
overgrown?
as shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
should
Oh, wow. It didn't
probably
die
just
yet?
light a fire.
Are we surprised?
Yeah, there you go.
Hmm?
Clear it out.
Yeah, and my house and the
Yeah.
fence.
Oh, no.
No.
That'll
We'll get
clear
the
out
hose out. We'll be
ample
fine.
room.
Grab a machete.
We'll get the hose out. I actually almost bought a machete the other day because it was cool looking. I was at Menards. I was
Was it a Halloween one? 'Cause
no.
It's about that time of year.
It was a legit machete. I replaced. I'm not wearing my multi tool, and I got one of these things on my keys. They call it a doohickey. I don't know if you've ever seen them,
Yes, I have.
but it looks like a key, but it has a bottle opener.
My burps.
And it's got like it's got a serrated kind of like blade type edge to it for like opening boxes and stuff, you know,
Screwdriver.
screwdriver
tip.
tip.
Stabbing people.
And then a file on the top. But it just looks like a normal key and it doesn't really weigh that much. And it's just kind of there. So I was like, oh, well, this will replace most of the reasons why I even pull out my multi-tool, which is mostly to open boxes with to cut the tape with. Also, now I'll have a bottle opener on me because the bottle opener on my multi-tool sucked. So then I can actually pop the bottle open.
So,
And I switched back to a carabiner because I much prefer this to having keys in my pocket.
so where'd you get that at?
Fair enough.
I got the
multi-tool.
S-beaner and the
Menards?
the little thing at Menards. Yep.
Because I've seen like the wallet slide in thing. It's like a multi.
Yeah, I have one of those. I don't know where mine went. It's by Swiss Gear or
Same
some-
type
Way
of
the
card,
hell
10
long
bucks
gone.
or whatever. It
Yep.
just goes in your wallet. Bless you.
Thank you. But yeah, so
Gesundheit.
but I was looking for like a small pocket knife, like maybe like a 2-inch blade. And right next to it was this big ass machete, and I was like, kind of want this machete.
Oh,
I
that's
have
like-
no purpose for it.
I love
Actually, I
looking
kind
at
of do, but
like when you go to Shields or any of those places and they have like the swords.
oh
Like,
yeah.
they're all like the fantasy swords and
Put
shit.
it
But
in.
Yeah.
it's just fun to look at them. And
Well, I mean, if they're the right material, you could just sharpen them.
exactly.
If they're steel or stainless, then you could just. I mean, stainless won't hold its edge as well as you'd like it to, but you could sharpen it.
yeah.
It takes some time with like a 4-foot sword, though.
That's
Yeah.
what she said.
You know what else you could sharpen? This dick.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Needle dick. Needle
Oh
dick.
my god, this is way better when it's not through my laptop mic.
How'd you change it?
I actually just waited for the laptop to recognize that I had plugged something into it, because I didn't wait long enough last time because it didn't prompt me for, hey, do you want this to be a line in or a headphone or a
I
microphone
gotcha.
or something? So I didn't do that, and then I didn't realize that it didn't say line in on the input on Audacity.
Where'd you get all
So-
these? They just come up automatically.
I've found them over the years.
Just wallpapers.
I have
Occasionally somebody will
I
post
have
like a giant
folder
album.
on my computer that has probably
a zillion
6,000
photos.
wallpapers in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love
And I've
that.
got them all like categorized to like sports, animals,
What the hell is this?
food.
Is this a literal heat map? Like for lights and
light,
stuff?
light pollution. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
The ones that are white are a lot of chicks with 3 tits. The ones that are red are medium amount. Green is you're okay. Blue is a couple on every block, and then like gray and black is like no 3 tits in your community. So.
I mean, to be fair, this map would apply to damn near everything. If you're like, there's a lot there or not.
Yes, please. I just like me some Hillary Duff. I don't know, but
Oh
please don't do
Ow.
that.
God.
That hurt.
That's like worse than all of the full volume cathedral effect turkey noises.
That hurt my forehead.
I bet it
Good.
did.
Y'all are rude.
She's gonna hurt my other head, if you know what I mean. Hey yo. I wish I was a way for me to capture what's coming out of your Chromecast right now.
I know.
There is. Just record it.
There is. We just need. Hey, we've seen this picture before. We need an Elgato. Basically, is what we need.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So who's forking that money over?
Yeah, that's gonna be
How
that
much
and
is
the
that?
like $200. That and the digital mixer are the 2 single most expensive pieces of equipment that we would need.
Have we checked eBay or Facebook Market?
No, although there was a dude that I knew from a long time ago who was selling a bunch of like DJ gear. So
How long ago was he a pirate?
Ask him.
no, recently, I will have to. The
Who's like
hell was that?
fingering their mic? What the fuck?
I don't know who that was. That was a
Not
really weird
me.
noise.
It's Joel.
That's Joel.
Jesus.
Y'all.
Apparently, I need to moisturize 'cause mine doesn't do that.
Sounds like you're opening an old ass door.
Like my garage door. My garage door sounds like that too. Not my not the big door, the interior door.
Or farting into a pair of sweatpants.
Or farting in the shower.
What?
Can we stop making that noise, please?
No shit.
What?
I really am going to have to put the suicide prevention hotline phone number in the description for this. Oh
I mean,
yeah, that's
that'd
the other
just be
thing.
a general good thing anyway.
Well, yeah, probably. I didn't put anybody's Twitter handles in the description of the last video that I posted.
Why?
'Cause I wanted to ask you if I should or not first. I didn't want your Twitter handle. 'Cause I'm pretty
Well-
sure your account is locked or protected in some way, or is it somebody
Mine
else
is.
that I'm thinking
No.
of? Okay,
Mine is.
is it?
Yeah, he's got the lock symbol. On
All right, then I won't. Well, I tagged you in the Twitter post.
Joel.
Well, tag him anyway.
What?
It doesn't
Enough.
matter.
Yeah,
Get-
all right, fine.
No internet, Matt's the internet guy. Hello. See?
Are you texting?
See?
Yeah.
Okay,
See?
that's fine.
Well,
Internet, no.
I get
Text-
scolded.
texting.
So
You weren't.
equal
You weren't
rights,
texting, you were
equal
looking at-
fights. Okay.
You were looking at titties.
'Kay.
It's not
Uh,
texting.
Your
Yeah.
titties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna fight me on that?
Me too.
Whose
I was
titties
going
were you
to.
looking at?
Yours.
You on
Mine?
Pornhub
Yeah.
right
Oh,
now?
okay.
You swimming
No,
underwater
Bumble.
in Cancun. So
Oh.
Bumble's interesting. Bumble's kind of a weird.
that's funny.
Bumble's kind of a weird.
That's effing cool. Look at that.
What?
What is?
It's not worthy of it.
Is it?
It's 5 Winnies. That's fucking cool. You need to do that.
Oh,
Oh
with-
my
God.
God.
Do it with Rocky.
Nah.
That'd be funny.
You should make that like a reaction meme or something.
I'm cool.
There's probably about
Uh,
50 pictures.
Bumble is
Might
kind of a
look like
weird
that.
beast.
That'd be funny if
How
you
much?
were like
How much experience do you
when
have?
you
with
got
it?
a Fazoli's breadstick in your hand.
Not a whole lot.
Your dog's just like,
That's
Uh,
actually a pretty good one.
Apparently, you
That was
can't
pretty
talk
funny.
to anybody on Bumble unless they also like match with you. I guess.
What do you
Pretty
mean?
sure that's how
If you're a
Tinder
dude
is.
and you're
Yeah.
I think that's how it works. But
Why?
No,
Are
it's-
you on
so
Bumble, Chris?
If you match
What?
with somebody,
Are
the
you
girl
on
has
this?
to message
No,
first
I
is
know
what it
one of my
is.
coworkers has some experience with Bumble
Oh.
and OkCupid and Tinder, and he was talking about that the other day, where like you can't.
Oh, did you hear that, Chris? Once you match with somebody, the girl has to message
That's
first
what
on
it is.
Bumble.
Matt, are you on Bumble?
I currently am, yes.
Literally
So
right
Literally
Go.
right now.
That's where we need to like pull up a whole fucking screen file and
now. No, I don't want to fuck with that on the internet unless Matt's like fine with that.
Especially,
but I don't
well,
really
especially
wanna
since
deal with
it's
that.
looking at strangers' pictures.
Yeah, and
like,
it's other people who have no idea that they're even being recorded. So
Well, they put it out there.
Hold
so-
on, real quick
That's
though.
that's kind of a true point.
yeah, no, but I don't really want to deal with
About
that.
That's their
this
fault.
person,
They put
in
it out there.
in the description
Exactly.
Whatever you put
about
on
this
the
person,
internet's out there.
pre-op transgendered female model.
So she's a
Pre-op.
chick with a penis.
Yep,
So you swiped.
There
right.
you
I haven't swiped either way.
Still deciding.
Joel, you've never been to 4chan, but if you
I
had, you
decided-
would know that.
How do you know I've never been to 4chan?
Have you?
I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that
Nope.
part. Actually, let me
That's
make a note. real quick.
probably a good idea.
Yeah.
What is a 4chan?
22 and 28. Cut the part.
What are you cutting? 4chan?
Yes.
What is that?
It's a website. It's where all your memes come from.
Why do you have to cut it? Because you talked about it?
Joel, I'll explain later when you're older.
That's funny. Oh man, I was so confused.
This is a little bit embarrassing of me to admit. So on Sunday, so here's the other thing we could talk about. When was the last time in Nebraska that we got snow and a significant amount of people lost power?
Last year.
A long time.
Because
It's been a long
it's
time.
Nebraska,
Was
right?
it 52,000
It's-
people?
Yeah, it's Nebraska. It snows here. We understand that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't usually snow here in the second week of October, where all the trees still have their leaves.
And it doesn't usually mist and mist and mist and make everything heavy
Yes.
and then have a wet snow.
So at the point,
Did you guys
We-
lose
all of
power?
our-
Any of you?
I did. Yes.
I
No,
did
I
not.
I did.
You
So-
did?
Yeah, I lost
It was
power for
random.
about
There was
4 hours.
There were no. Oh, I
Holy
lost for way
shit.
longer than that.
Yeah.
I was out for
Mine wasn't
7.
bad.
I wasn't home for most of that, so it didn't really affect me that much. But my house was pretty cold when I got back to it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But no, so everything was wet, and the trees were all droopy and breaking lines. So, but we had places that we needed to go, so I needed to get the cars out of the garage, and so I had to open my garage with no power. Which opening it was fine, but closing it, the thing did not want to close. I don't know, like it's got a spring and it's all weighted and everything.
Mine did the same thing last time I lost power and had to fuck with my garage door.
Yeah.
It wouldn't close very well.
It has something to do with the corners of my rails. I'm going to fucking slap your phone out of your hand. Put it away. Oh my god. So he's the internet guy. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, see?
You're being distracted by
I'm
it.
not on Tinder,
Twitter.
not on Twitter.
I've heard
I
of
hope
that.
you're not on
Thank
Tinder. Anyway,
Snapchatting,
so we had
same
to-
thing as texting.
we had to close the garage again after we got the cars out, but I couldn't get it to go.
pull the red string.
Yeah, no, I did that already,
Oh, pull
but
it
I
again.
still couldn't. So I did, I disengaged it from my opener, but I couldn't get it to go back down. And so my chest and core muscles all are sore from just having to close my garage door twice.
Did
Fair
you try
enough.
unplugging it and plugging it back in?
Yeah, I tried that with my entire house. I just flipped the main breaker and then turned it back on, and nothing happened.
It's probably one of the dumbest questions I've ever heard.
Yeah, now you know how. See, I feel that way when I ask people to power cycle things, because
Yeah.
it seems like such a cop-out answer, but 80% of the time it fixes the problem,
Fair enough.
and then 10% of the time it at least resets the situation so that the problem can be replicated without any other messing around.
That's a cool ass shirt. I wish I had it.
What is it?
Go
Take
get
it.
one.
Oh, what's the thing say on the titty?
Cabela's.
Oh, it was folded in a way that I couldn't see. I thought you meant that he got the shirt from Cabela's and that it was some other brand.
Well, I mean, I did get it from Cabela's.
Oh, right. Well,
But
obviously,
it's Cabela's brand.
I didn't know that because all I could see were the
Also-
bottom half of the letters.
Also known as Bass Pro Shops, but I got Cabela's.
Bass Pro Shops LLC. We do not pay for that affiliation.
This podcast is sponsored by Menards.
Yeah.
Save big money.
At Menards.
That's got to be a Twitter account, right? Joel, hey, would you like to try to look up the Twitter account at Menards?
Whoa.
No, thank you.
you.
I'm good.
That was a trap.
I get yelled at when I touch that.
Go ahead, Joel. It's not a trap, I promise.
Go
you.
ahead.
It's a trap.
How do you spell that?
Good.
Go ahead.
I'm good.
What are you
N-A-R-D-S.
getting all
Yes.
angry about?
Because I gotta take a piss.
Why are you getting so mad?
Menards.
I gotta take a piss.
Why are you getting so mad?
Take a piss.
Then go take a pee again.
I searched Menards,
argue
and it
on
says
you.
including results for Menards.
Yep.
So we could be the Minards podcast.
Hey, I
if
got
Spooky Boob doesn't make it.
I got
Spooky Boob doesn't catch on. We'll just use a different part of the human anatomy.
And
Yeah.
then so I clicked search only for Menards, and the first result is Menards' official Twitter account.
Oh,
Interesting.
Perfect.
We got it.
Hey, so I got a wild
Hey,
idea.
search Spooky Boobs real quick.
Oh my god.
Spooky Boob.
Oh.
You're just gonna get
SPOOKYBOOBS.
you're just gonna get big titty goth girls.
I mean, the first picture, it totally looks like that.
Is it
the
big
name,
titty?
the
Jesus
name
Christ,
is
Joel.
The name is Spooky Boobs, but the @ is Sleepy Boobs.
Oh, see?
Ooh.
We
So
still
So they're
got it.
probably
Not a fan.
saggy, huh?
So,
I don't know.
flapjacks. Flapjacks.
Flapjacks.
That's a bold assertion to make,
Media.
Trace.
Oh,
I don't
anime
know. I
is
don't
the
know if
first
it is.
thing.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Second thing
Yep.
is a
Abort.
joint.
Well, we could beat them up.
Hey.
So
I just got a wild idea. Everyone hold your microphone to your
Wild card.
to your Jennies and see if we can hear our kids scream.
Jesus Christ.
Ready?
This is why he needs to
Ready?
be off.
3, 2,
Somebody
1.
kick this guy up. Turn his mic off. Do something. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That was wild.
Oh Jesus.
There you go.
That's spooky. It
Wait.
looks
Is
like
this-
a guy.
Is this from Bumble or is this from
No, this is on Twitter.
that's
Okay.
Spooky Boob.
Because it could have been from both.
I could see that as being from Bumble.
Well, we were talking about the Bumble account specific.
Right.
My chin itches. I'm going to use my mic to do it. Trace, where'd you get your
Okay.
knife? Oh,
Here we go.
What?
Here's a good one. If tomorrow you woke up as the opposite sex, what's the first thing you would do?
masturbate.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah, that's
I
the only
guess.
answer.
And also the second and third and fourth and fifth things I would do. Masturbate.
Yeah.
Hey,
See-
so if the bet
Hey,
was covering
hey.
all night, you-
we covered.
yeah.
Matt, we covered.
Oh yeah, no shit, right?
Yeah.
On the bet. And work. Just so happened somebody decided to leave their knife at work, and now it's mine.
Yoink. Nice. That's
So-
how I got my Huskers hoodie. Except there was a lacrosse field and not
That's
work.
how I got an Oakley hoodie, but it doesn't fit me anymore.
Did you grow?
No, the thing was already tiny.
Oh, okay. Just give it
He grew, but he
I
grew
should.
horizontally.
Yeah,
Oh,
I grew
no.
the wrong way.
Me
Yeah.
too.
I've started drinking like meal replacement shakes at work. I like literally brought like a half gallon of milk to work to make these things.
Do you even lift?
No,
Bro.
They're not protein. They have protein in them, but they're not protein shakes. They're just like the Carnation meal replacement shakes. This podcast is not sponsored by Carnation or Nabisco or any of the other
I used, to, I
things.
used to have those.
Could
for,
be, but they
Could be.
playing.
I used to have those for breakfast, and they're actually really good.
They are really good. So
With milk.
the past 2 days I've had one, or I've actually, I've taken 2 cups of milk and then 2 of the pouches. So 16 ounces of meal, and had that for lunch
You trying to lose weight?
because I'm trying to gain weight. Like, 'cause I regularly
Oh.
don't eat enough calories during
Wow.
the day. So like things like Pedialyte or Slim Fast would actually help me because most people drink them to, be like, oh, instead of having 800 calories for lunch today, I will have 200 in this can. That's me just being like, oh, hey, instead of having 0 calories for lunch today, I will have 200 in this can. So I do that, and that's like
Fair.
700 calories-ish with the milk that I use, but I'm going to switch to whole milk. I don't remember where I was going when I started that.
I see you're drinking 1%. Is that because you think you're fat?
Yeah.
Those are delicious. Have you ever had malto meal?
Like the
Do
cereal?
you like the milky,
I've never had like any.
oatmeal-ish type,
I used to have that
like
all the
chocolate
time.
flavored malto meal?
Uh-huh.
We
I
had
haven't
it
had
every morning.
that.
It's so good.
I had their cereal. Most of the
On
comes
top
in a
of
bag,
it, if
but
you want a very unhealthy, which you couldn't have at work, but if you're gonna do it here, freaking Colorado Bulldogs.
uh-huh.
I have not had one in forever.
They're
They
delicious.
are so fattening and like so bad for you,
Oh,
but
yeah.
so delicious.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, use Crown
because there's
salted
no.
caramel.
Dude, I love Colorado Bulldogs. They're
Wait, you're making
phenomenal.
a bulldog with Crown?
Crown salted caramel
Instead of vodka.
instead of
It
vodka.
is
It's
amazing.
so
I
good.
want to try it.
So
I
good.
do.
I want to try that big time. I've only had it with vodka.
Do we?
rum.
All right, give me a minute.
Oh, do you have all the things to make it?
That's fucking awesome.
Of course
I was
he
gonna say,
does.
Do we have to go to that one place with that the bar that was going to let us do a podcast at it? to have
When
one
I'm
made?
healed, we can do that.
Okay.
The only one I've had is had like Coke,
Matt, can I
milk,
switch you seats?
Kahlua, vodka.
Did you have actual milk or was it half and half? 'Cause
Like
it's supposed to be half and half.
I've had actual milk. So
Okay.
I gotta stand
It's
up,
supposed to be
boys.
half and half.
because it curdles, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
Dude, I love Colorado Bulldogs. They're so good.
I like
the Coke
White
is what
Russians.
makes it.
White Russians are good. Is that what you said? White Russians.
Yes, that's what I said. What?
He pointed to me and asked if I wanted one.
Oh. No, thank you.
And I say, "Yeah."
I'm good, Matt. Thanks.
No,
I've had the caramel one, but
Never heard of it.
you've never had a Colorado Bulldog?
Let me
It's a
try
White Russian
again.
with
I've
Coke in
never
it.
had it.
Hey,
What's a
This'll-
White Russian?
This
you got to remember,
Vodka and half.
If
he
it ain't
didn't
Bud
start
Light.
drinking until he's
Vodka
21.
half
I
and half
ain't
and
about
Kahlua. Yeah, all right. You good old boy.
Except for this bush.
Except for this Busch Light you're
Who
drinking
the
over there.
fuck does that? Being from Nebraska.
Why the fuck would he say that?
So that's The Rock. Have you seen the new fucking games on January 2nd called the Titan Games?
Dude,
It's like
they look
gladiators,
insane.
but like medieval. Have
Yeah.
you seen that?
I did.
Holy
they built
cow.
an entire stadium.
They have like
for
people like
this.
dragging. They have people dragging like chains, ropes, going up against one another. It's the gladiators, like on full-on medieval hard dick mode.
Interesting.
I
You
didn't-
need to watch.
Okay.
Seems deadly.
It'll get you fired up watching this video. The Rock hosts it, dude, and he's electric.
This just does not
Of
seem
course
safe.
it is.
It's electric.
It's
It's electric.
Oh, copyright strike incoming.
I got something stuck in my head.
Yeah, what is it?
Have you
Is
been
it
to
this dick?
No, it's stuck in my mouth. Okay.
Oh.
Have you been to
What
Vallis?
is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt.
No, not
No.
yet. Tomorrow.
No
Matt,
Vallis?
come look who this is.
Have you been to that mining frickin' maze?
This
walkthrough?
your map's all wrong? Oh,
Yes,
no.
That's what's stuck in my head. Someone posted a status today and it said, "This here map is all wrong." And the only thing I heard in my head was, "I think this here map is all wrong."
My wife
and I
would
was
be
pissed off. That thing gets stuck in my head every year. That is one thing I will never ever forget in my
We
life.
tried to go
ever.
on Saturday, and it was like going to the Crawford fight.
Fuck bitches, good money.
It was ridiculous. The line to
Busy?
get
That's
in
insane.
'Cause it was
to
Especially
nice.
because there was a Husker game at 11, and
Yeah.
we should have won. So you think people would be
oh
watching
Jesus,
that, and then
we're favorites this week.
I
Yeah,
think
we're
it's
favorites
favorite
over
the school
Minnesota.
all the time.
Oh,
I'm
over
su-
Minnesota.
I'm sure we'll find a way to fuck that
Yeah,
up.
but Minnesota hung with Ohio State.
15 penalties later, I'm sure we'll shoot ourselves in the foot.
Go
And the
figure.
other foot, and then the first foot again, and then your
Mm.
leg,
and then
your
your
arm,
penis,
and
and
then
then
your
it's over.
and then your penis.
And then
I thought we were playing the school that nobody's heard of.
Bethune-Cookman is the following week.
Bethune-Cookman?
Ah,
No,
okay.
So it's
that's
Minnesota, then
no.
Bethune-Cookman.
It's Minnesota, Ohio State, Bethune-Cookman.
All right, well, we're fucked on all three, regardless. Bethune-Cookman's getting
Wait.
fucking paid.
Hey Matt, will
Yeah,
you Google
hopefully-
this? I
they-
can't Google this.
Plan to lose anyway, but I assume we might lose.
Did he give me
Google on your
permission?
behalf, on his behalf.
I came here for two things.
What?
To suck some hard candies
and
suck some dicks.
and you're all out of hard candies.
Yes. Wait, what's my line?
Line.
I think this here map is all wrong.
Before you said that you were super pissed off about that being stuck in your head all day,
I'm confused.
I was like, oh man, my wife would be so happy to hear you say that because that's like her favorite part about Vallis.
That's her favorite.
Yeah.
My
Her and
favorite.
her
No
brother
way.
have like a thing with it.
My
that it's, like,
favorite
their,
is-
Oh, no,
like,
you were
shared
right.
favorite memory.
Joel.
What?
We play Minnesota and then Bethune-Cookman and then
and
Ohio
then we
State.
get super mega fucked.
Doesn't matter. You're getting gaped all 3 weeks, so it doesn't matter.
We're not gonna lose. Well, we might lose to Bethune-Cookman.
We're
That's
probably
fair.
going to lose the Bethune-Cookman.
That we
Dude, they're
might.
gonna go all
You
out. They
don't
got
lose to
nothing lose.
Northwestern. They're not that good at football.
And they usually
It's just
beat
that
us.
Nebraska sucks at football.
They literally usually beat
Okay,
us.
can I bring up a real life topic that really pisses me off?
Sure.
Yeah, Joel, let's talk about it.
I love beef jerky,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and it is so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
You get one fucking piece of alligator jalapeno beef jerky at Shields for $4 for one piece of beef jerky.
That's
And I'm
because
like,
it's alligator.
regular stuff's $3.99.
That's not beef.
not $4. I'm
Also, when you buy beef jerky,
Do you remember all that beef jerky that I had from Colorado that
yeah,
I brought back?
it was like $50, wasn't
It
it?
was $70
That's
Jesus
for those
Christ.
what
It's
4
insane.
little bags.
So
Yes.
the last
Did you
time
eat it all?
ridiculous.
The
yeah.
last time
Damn
I
straight
also-
I did. I'm not spending $70 and not eating all of it.
The last time I bought beef jerky, it was like, I don't know if it was a holiday sale or what, but it was the big bag that they sold at Cabela's, and it was like the biggest one they had, and it was like $12, $15, and it was a steal for beef jerky. 'Cause
Yeah.
if you buy a small bag, it's like $6.99.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like for 8 pieces of beef
Well,
jerky,
well,
It's
that's
because
because
it
it
starts
takes-
out as
it
being
takes-
like 6 times the
It
meat
takes
that
6
it is.
pounds to make 2 pounds of beef jerky
which is ridiculous, but it's so fucking good.
Yeah, there's no water in it.
because
Oh,
it
think about
dries it out.
Yeah, that's literally how jerky is made.
It's so good.
So
like
all the
deer
duck I
jerky,
shot-
oh, I love
All the duck
deer
I shot
jerky.
this year would probably make like a
Thank
pound
you very much. I appreciate you.
of jerky.
Smells just like a bulldog.
And it also
So what's in this?
makes its way to your sewer system because I threw up all of that duck that I ate that day.
Well,
100% of it.
All right, so
All
these
that
drinks,
turns
it's
that turns
a-
into rumplement shot after rumplement shot after rumplement shot, and then Templeton Rye. So
Tastes like a bulldog.
All right, so it's a Colorado Bulldog,
Smells like
which
coffee.
is normally vodka, Kahlua, cream, which I just used whole milk,
And Coke.
and a splash of cola. Yeah, I use Pepsi. But instead of vodka, these are made with salted caramel Crown Apple or Crown Royal.
Crown Apple.
And
These are
yeah.
good.
Hey, if you make
So
Crown
what
Apple
else is it? So what's all in
and
it?
salted caramel mixed, is it supposed to be like
salted
a?
caramel?
It's actually
Crown
terrible.
Royal.
Don't do
How
it.
much?
Sounds awful.
so
just
bad.
an ounce, and then
Did you use a jigger?
No, I didn't. But
You have 3 of them.
I've got 5 of them now.
So
Oh, yeah,
total
fine.
ingredients.
An ounce of
3 and
salted
5. Wait a
caramel
minute. 3
Crown Royal, an ounce of Kahlua, and then you fill it up the rest of the way with heavy cream or with milk, and then a splash of whatever Pepsi or Coke on top.
So these curdle.
If you let it sit for long enough, yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, like hours,
Long
not.
Yeah,
time.
it would have to stop being cold and yeah.
Technically, it starts curdling right away, but you'll drink it quick enough.
The also it being cold slows that process
Yep.
down quite a bit. So
But they are very, very good.
These are like a morning drink if you're gonna hang out, like have brunch.
This is like a dessert drink
yeah, no seriously.
where you're
this
not
tastes
having
like a
more
dessert.
than 2 of them.
It's like chocolate sex in your mouth. God, I was wondering what the hell you were looking at.
Wow, that was interesting.
And so now I need to add Kahlua
Yep.
to my shopping list because I use the rest of that bottle.
And we appreciate you. This is freaking good.
Girl that I dated a while ago, like one of our things was like whenever we hung out, we would have a White Russian. Or no, it wasn't necessarily a White Russian, but she definitely always had Kahlua and something else. Kahlua.
Well, and a White Russian is the same as a Colorado Bulldog, just without the splash Pepsi.
I've never had a White Russian.
And generally, a White Russian is in a rocks glass, and a Colorado Bulldog is in like a pint glass.
Oh, nice.
So you put more milk in it, kind
Right.
of thing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I've never had a White Russian, but essentially this is it minus the Coke.
Have you ever had a Black Russian? Those are a thing too.
It's chocolate milk, isn't it? Right? Or
No, it's something
no,
totally
'cause-
different.
no, you can't see those
it
ones.
fucks you straight up.
It's
you can't
vodka
see
and
the-
Kahlua, and that's
You
it.
can't see the Black Russians, right? But you can see the White
That's
Russians.
all it is, Matt.
Throwback.
Vodka
really?
and
That's
Kahlua.
what we
Yeah.
call a callback.
Black
Brr, brr, brr,
Russian
brr.
Says it's 5 parts vodka, 2 parts coffee liqueur.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So yeah, just vodka. And
Yeah, basically
Those are
just
yours,
vodka.
Kahlua.
I might have to drink that when I'm able to drink again.
Black Russian, you're just going straight for the top shelf.
Screw it.
I'm
Make it
amazed-
with
I'm amazed that's what Matt doesn't.
what
do.
is off-brand Kahlua?
Kapali?
All right, so
Capali.
McCormick's and Capali.
There we
That's
go.
where you come back to.
That's Kalua's
Or
cousin.
Barton's.
Or
Barton's.
Or
and
Barton's.
Kapali, there you go.
Oh,
There you go. Barton's and
no.
Capali
That's-
together. That's your Black Russian. That's all you're allowed to drink.
Although, Kapali is actually a name brand, like, cheaper one, but I bet you could find, like, a Finest Call or some shit version of, like,
Ugly-ass cousin
like
Capali.
just straight up coffee liqueur.
Yeah. No, you need. Yeah, exactly. You need to get the bottle that just says coffee liqueur with no other names on it. Like, this is what it is. It's $3, so you're gonna drink it, asshole. We don't need to make it good
Exactly.
because you're an alcoholic.
Yeah, they
Yep.
have a vodka like that. It's huge. I saw it at Family Fair. It's like,
Barton's.
no, it's not. No, it's like shittier than that.
How?
Like $5.
What's
for a
shittier than
huge-
like a plastic bottle?
If I see it next time I go, I'll take a
To be
look.
fair, one of the bottles of vodka
It's
on my counter
huge.
is plastic as well.
UV.
It's
though.
huge
UV,
and
yes.
it's so
But
bad.
it's a handle, so that's why they put it in
I
plastic.
think we should probably get some sponsors from these alcohols. What are we doing here, guys?
I don't know. It's up to them, man. Who's gonna hit up a channel that has 12 subscribers as of today?
All we got to do is sell ourselves.
Well, I mean, I already do that on the street corner every night. I don't know what else you want me to do, man.
Different ways, but yeah.
Oh. You mean like in the normal
but sure,
ways?
yeah.
Got it. I don't know if I know how to do that.
Well, we can figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got people who are sponsored by Dollar Shave Club. We're not exactly a great demographic for that since none of us shave.
Yeah, we all have beard. Dollar Beard
The
Club.
bearded podcast.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
the
it
beard
is.
cast?
The Beardcast?
Beardcast.
I'm pretty sure that's already a thing. Look it
So we're gonna have to go
It
with
I
Wednesday
can't
Night Crew.
Use,
Do it.
can't use Google.
Do it. I make the rules here, Joel. Fucking use your phone.
Holy shit! My dad posted something on Instagram.
Oh, wow. It's almost like you were already using your phone and yet bitching at me about not using your phone.
For the first time ever.
I'm using my phone for all the right reasons, actually.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So suck my ass, Chris.
Where's that bridge
I-
at?
Won't. The what? Oh, that one?
My guess would be Europe.
That's what I was thinking.
Almost done.
Is that in Germany, Chris?
My parents are funny as fuck.
Germany's the size of Montana. I've not been everywhere in Germany.
Well, you should be.
I mean, you're not wrong. But no, it doesn't look like any bridges that I'm aware of. I'm with Matt, though. I think it is in Europe somewhere. That looks like it's in Russia.
That is a memorial for something or another.
It
This is
looks
real
like some
good
Russian
content
shit.
when
Isn't it?
people
Yeah,
are
let's
gonna-
keep
Can't
looking at the
see it.
screen that
Watch
nobody
these.
can see.
Sorry.
And good luck in finding these photos again, Matt, when if you were going to try to send
I
them
mean,
to me.
if we were actually talking about them and I like just described them a little bit,
Yeah.
I would easily be able to find them, but
I took that picture.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Okay, Joel.
I would be amazed.
No, he's talking about his phone.
Oh.
What was it the other day where it was like, oh, Joel's
your
not going to
wife,
be
that
here.
makes more
It's because
sense.
he's,
Hey, look, a hot air
he's,
balloon.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
it was oh no, it was the week that we went to go get this stuff.
Yes.
It's like Joel's not going to be here, and I was like, what is he taking pictures of his wife for Instagram?
And
No.
yes, he was.
And it turns out
Mer, 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 mer.
Ba, 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 ba. My wife doesn't even know how to use Instagram. Oh.
It's funny.
That's how you know it's me. I'm gonna do that from now on.
Mer.
like somebody is murdering the
Arr.
the
Arr. Arr's coming around the corner.
Arr, it's all arr.
Arr wins it.
R. It sounds like the noise, not R. That's different. But it sounds like you're, like if somebody only provided half of the voltage to the Price is Right failure sound.
Brum, 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 brum.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
So
what it sounds
I
like.
saw this and I thought someone was throwing their corgi out the window. Like, looks like they're up in clouds, but they're on snow. Like,
Boop.
ah.
Have you seen the one where
It's like they're up in clouds.
Oh,
It's just snow.
have you seen the one where the house is like snowed in and the door's open and like a cat just busts through the snow?
That's actually what it says. You didn't have a mini heart attack thinking the dog was getting thrown out of a plane. What?
I don't get this reference. It's always
It's
it's
Always
obviously
Sunny
always
and
sunny,
the-
but I
yeah.
don't understand why they're in noir and with the banana.
Because it's that crew.
The
Fair
way
enough.
the way I read that, it said fire up Madden and let's play some games. Is what
We can't record the gameplay, so we're not
Joel,
gonna
do you
want to
get your ass handed to you in Madden again?
Yeah.
We have about 20 minutes that we need to go through because we were about 20 minutes into the recording when we finally decided to actually start going. But I don't. Does anybody else have any other topics? Oh, we didn't talk about the new
I have one.
the new Nebraska tourism slogan.
Oh, great.
Has
What's
anybody
that?
seen what it is?
We don't coast.
No, that's just for Omaha.
Oh.
The new, so you know the I believe actually we talked about this on either the first or the second episode of the podcast, the Nebraska Nice thing, because that was our current one, or well, our
Oh,
Now
right,
former one.
right.
where it was like Nebraska, visit Nice, because they asked a bunch of people and they're like, they asked them what Nebraska was like, and they're like, oh, it was nice, because that's all you say when you just drove through it on I-80 on your way to get drugs in Colorado. You just go, it's nice, because you got nothing else to say. And you didn't get pulled over by the cops, so it was
Perfect.
nice. It was
Perfect,
nice.
perfect,
Nice.
perfect.
Noise.
Noise.
So
what is it
now-
Nebraska will pull you over for weed.
No, well, it might as well be.
It's legal in Canada now.
It
Is that
is. I
starting
did see
today?
that. Was it today or yesterday?
Today.
I don't even know what day it is.
Today's tomorrow.
Today is also yesterday. So the new one is Nebraska. Oh, hold on. Let me pull it up here because it's it's
Wait,
kind of silly.
I
This
just
is in a
looked it
text
up.
message. Calm down.
That is.
Whoop. Whoop.
What
Well,
is it?
Joel,
what
I
is it?
make the fucking rules here.
Whoop. I didn't say it first. He said it first.
The new one is
Don't believe that.
Nebraska. Honestly, it's not for everyone.
100%.
No way.
I
No
just
way.
looked it up. That is
That is it.
ridiculous.
Yep.
Who came up
That's
with
it?
that?
Serious.
The same people who came up with Visit Nebraska.
Who
Visit
are
Nice.
these people?
Legitimately the
And then
same
it's
farm
not
in Colorado.
for everyone.
So they're
Nebraska, honestly, it's not for
Honestly,
everyone.
It's not for everyone.
so they're
They
lit-
have like posters and shit to go along with
they're
it.
literally saying like, "Fuck you, we don't want you here."
Right, yeah, basically is and the thing with the posters though is that
You're gonna
if
break
you see the rest of
mic.
the ad
Don't do
campaign,
it.
it makes
That
a little
hurt.
bit more sense. Because it's like, oh yeah, our everyone knows our
you
state
doing?
is so flat and
Turning
boring,
me
and it's
down?
like people like doing like rock
Untouched.
climbing out like in the Sandhills
What are you
area or
doing?
whatever.
In one small, one-print advertisement, the headline is, "Lucky for you, there's nothing to do here."
And if
That's-
you only take it at face value like that, it's terrible. But there is a little bit more explanation
There's
to
a
it.
little more
Famous
truth to
for
that.
its flat,
True.
boring landscape.
Yep.
Which
Someone
Nebraska
has
is not
said
very
it.
flat at all.
No.
That would
Uh,
make more sense for Kansas. But
So we're all
Nebraska's pretty flat if you're talking about the southern, like
I-
if you cut the state in half horizontally,
Iowa's
like the
flat.
southern
Like
half
south
is
of
pretty
the
flat.
interstate.
So we're all
yeah,
ju-
but
so
still,
basically we're just all getting ripped for living in Nebraska.
And the thing is that it's
by Nebraska.
by Nebraska, yeah. But the thing is that so the article I read actually was from the Richmond Times-Dispatch, which is another newspaper.
Well,
that,
to go with it, sorry to cut you off. It takes one to know one. So
Okay. Anyway, so another newspaper did an article on it, and they were like, "Oh, this state did the self-deprecating thing." Apparently, back in the early 2000s, the Nebraska State Fair also had a similar. The hell does that sound? No, it's like recurrent. It's like a I don't know, whatever. So back in the early 2000s, the Nebraska State Fair
Outside.
Chris is
was having
crazy.
trouble
Chris
getting
is
people to
high.
come to the state fair, so they made an ad campaign where it was like, "Come see bands you thought were dead." And some bands liked that, and other bands didn't like that. But I actually kind of like that brand of humor, and I kind of like that. Like once it was kind of like Gritty. It was
Right.
actually exactly
Yeah.
like Gritty. When I first saw the new slogan and like all the things, I was like, "This is terrible. Why would anybody do this? This is so stupid." And then it kind of grew on me a little bit. I'm like, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, if you don't like it, fuck off."
Isn't he your profile picture on Xbox?
Yes, he is. You know how long it took me to do that? It took me an unreasonable amount of time
10
to
minutes.
make. No, seriously, it took me like 20 minutes to do it. And here's why.
God.
So
I was expecting like 2, 3, 4 hours.
I was
I
expecting
know, me
hours.
too.
Not,
It was
oh,
still-
what
it
is
was
it?
getting pissed.
still way
Good
too
luck.
long for what it was. So
Let him take a drink.
let me take a drink. So my profile picture on Xbox Live now is Gritty, the Philadelphia Flyers mascot,
The new one.
the new one. Not Slapshot from the 70s, but Gritty. So
From
I-
2018.
I was like, I'm going to make this
Is
a
hockey
terrifying.
on right now?
Yeah,
what
actually, I
about
think the Rangers are playing the Capitals,
We
but I don't
should
care
be
about either of
watching
those
hockey.
teams. So they're both in the Metro, and fuck everybody else in the Metro except the Flyers.
Okay, so on this article on the Omaha World Herald, at the very bottom, they asked, "Do you like Nebraska's new slogan?" And
Majority, yes.
58.9% yes, 41.1% no.
It's all the old people that are like, walk out of my state.
I actually think it's the opposite. I think it's all the
It's all the young-
millennials.
But I mean,
Yep.
to be fair, how many people still read even online? Though.
Yeah, that's out of 8 votes actually. So
Yeah, no kidding.
so
It does not say how many votes there were.
yeah, I
so.
bet it doesn't.
It's
So I was trying to
probably
find a picture.
4 people.
I found a picture I thought would work of Gritty, terrifying. With his googly eyes and his mouth hanging open, terrifying picture, right?
All of them are terrifying.
Well, all of them are, but this one especially because it looks like he's staring into your soul. So I found one, and I was like, all right, I'm going to make this my profile picture. So I did it through the Xbox app on the PC, and it was like, nope, can't do it. Picture has to be at least 1080 by 1080.
Oh, damn.
And I was like,
That's
okay.
an
So
OT. That one's into the
massive.
It is.
first.
So I went to Google again, image search, and I set my search constraints to large. I didn't specify 1080 by 1080 because there's no way in hell I'm finding a picture that's like that. So I was like large, and I found one that was like it was like a 5 megapixel photo, so it was
Show
like
us.
2,000 by something other thousand. It was big enough for it. So I right click, save as, blah blah whatever, and then I open it, try to upload it, and the Xbox app's like, nope, has to be 1080 by 1080. I'm like, what the fuck? This picture said on Google Images that it was like 2048
Did
by
it have
some
to be
other thing.
specifically 1080 by 1080?
No, it could be bigger than that. It just had to be at least that. But I've had this issue because I downloaded a whole bunch of somebody went through some trouble and they made like 50 or so HUD-less screenshots of Destiny 2, like various places in the game. And they're really cool looking. So I downloaded them, the whole album, and I made them I rotate them as my desktop at work. Well, it turns out when I downloaded them, they were all like 1024 by 768, even though they are taken on an Xbox One that plays it at 1080p.
Yeah.
So I don't know if browsers just don't download photos at their true resolution.
Usually they do.
Usually they do, but for me, maybe they don't, because those I downloaded with my Reddit app on my phone. So unless he didn't post again, I was looking at him on my phone. Maybe he didn't post them in 1080p. So that one I could see, but it's multiple pictures I downloaded of Gritty. So I have like 12 or
So
more
you-
in my pictures
You have
folder.
a gritty folder.
Yeah. This is kind of reminds me of Gritty, actually. Like a live action rendering of what Buzz Lightyear would look like in real life is a little bit scary. Cool art though.
Unibrow.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't open your helmet unless you're like.
Laser that off.
Fair enough. So I have like 12 or 14 or 15 pictures of Gritty, because every single time I downloaded one, I'm like, surely this one will be big enough, and it fucking wasn't.
That's
So
what she
eventually-
said.
I just took the most terrifying one I could, and I decided, you know what, it would be funnier if not only it was terrifying. It's a funny thing. It's funny. Not only would it be funny if it was because it's terrifying, but also if I had to make it pixelated, it would be funny too. If it was like grainy as shit. So I just went into Paint and scaled it up to 1080 by 1080 and uploaded it, and the Xbox was like, okay. And it was like, we're just gonna check and make sure it's not of anything vulgar. I was like, it's a little vulgar. It's Gritty. And then like the next time I entered a hockey match, it was already my profile picture. So I was
That's
like,
funny.
fucking perfect. But it took me like it probably took me about half an hour. And part of that was because I was still playing hockey at the time that I was trying to find all these pictures. So like between periods and like between games we were playing, I'd say cumulatively it took me about 25 minutes of focused work to find a picture that the Xbox app would
Do
accept.
you play as Philly every time?
No, because we do EASHL, so it's like custom. Right now we do use the Flyers logos because NHL 19 just kind of came out, so we don't have anything unlocked. So we're just
Right.
using what we've got basically. But even when we do change our logos, our commentary name is still Philadelphia, like
I
our
gotcha.
location. And we've come across a couple other people who are obviously Flyers fans or from Philadelphia. You can just tell when somebody's from Philadelphia. They have a
Oh,
certain
Joel
air
wasn't
about
on
them.
his phone at all.
It's fine. We've made so many exceptions already. Brendan's over there on his phone.
Heaven forbid.
Trace
I
is
was
on
on
his
my
phone.
No,
phone.
I
I'm
was just
Snapchatting.
referencing the notification that I just got.
Oh,
Joel
okay.
yeah.
renamed the group Yeet.
Oh, good thing I don't
No,
get that because
I
I'm on
made-
Android.
I
Made a
made-
group.
Oh no, this was
This
Snapchat.
is Snapchat.
You're welcome. I
So
made
now
a,
we're all
I made
on
a group
Snapchat.
chat for us.
Are we really?
We're all on
Group
Snapchat.
chat.
So we
Does
can
it
all
does it keep history on the group thing? or
No.
whatever?
You
If-
can.
unless you
Yeah.
save it yourself.
Yeah.
You have to save it
I couldn't
yourself.
find that setting because somebody mentioned that
You
the other day. and
just
I
hold
haven't
it, tap it. Not hold it, tap it.
Hold it, whatever.
Tap it in.
Interesting. So now we're just gonna spend the rest of the time on this.
And that's all.
Yes.
All right.
All right, that.
So if we're
I mean, it's all right if this one's a little bit short of an hour. I
Well-
don't really care.
well,
The last one was long, so this one should be short.
I have one more topic that I'd like to discuss.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Great.
I kinda
So
bogarted that with my Gritty talk.
the smell of farts.
Jesus.
Oh God, we're going back to this again.
Here
If-
we
All right.
go.
No, we're gonna have a question. We're gonna go around round table. If you could choose one thing
This
for
table
your
isn't
fart
round.
to smell like, what would it smell like? Also, after we discuss what our farts would smell like, do you think animals such as dogs know the difference between a bad smell and a good smell?
100%.
Yes.
Brendan.
But
Like, do you think they smell their own shit? But why eat their own shit?
Because
Well, I don't know if their sense of good and bad is the same.
It's
as
like, oh, that
ours,
smells like shit, but I'm hungry.
No, I think
but
dogs.
they
I think a lot of
100%
dogs are fucking
do-
dumb.
Can tell bad smells.
Well, I know, like, if you have a treat, they know, like, oh my god, that's fucking awesome. I want some.
Well,
of that.
I
well,
can
if
tell you
something's
if
dead,
if
they
I'm
smell something dead,
Yes.
they don't want anything to do with it.
false.
Because
not
it's bad.
always. Not
Well,
always.
When it comes to eating it, probably.
False.
Not
once
always.
again.
How hungry are you?
That's cats that normally eat dead people.
Right.
Fair.
Dead people?
Dogs.
Yeah,
Well,
but my dog
never
will
heard
eat a
that?
dead duck.
If someone dies and like somebody doesn't find the body for a few days or a couple
animals will
weeks,
eat
kind
'em.
of thing.
I've never heard
the-
that shit.
Yeah, usually
Serious?
the cats always get into it.
They're
After a
No
couple days.
way.
Fucking crazy.
That's why I don't have a cat.
That's why I
You can be
have a cat.
sleeping, and it's gonna be like,
Nah, they don't do that.
take a
He-
piece of
he
your
does that
thigh
when I'm
out.
alive.
They wait to
Fuck that.
they wait to make sure you're dead first. But they don't have it. They don't. They're like, the cat's the ultimate like pragmatic creatures.
Fair.
They're like, well, they're dead, and they're dead. They can't feed me, so I guess I'll just have to eat them. Logic. My cat. The thing is with dogs, I think most dogs are stupid. Like even for dogs, they're dumb.
Most.
So
Not.
that's why you have dogs going around eating their own shit.
Well, I think that's just like a.
Or it's like an instinct thing, where it's like I
right,
gotta cover
think
my
it-
tracks.
Right.
But you're just gonna shit it out again anyway.
Right. Well, that's why they kick the grass.
Yeah. I always thought that
after.
they did that to cover it.
That
Same.
too. Cover it and get it away.
No. You should just bury it in a hole like cats do.
Yeah. Well, they don't do that.
So, what do you want your fart to smell like? I want my fart to smell like this Colorado Bulldog made with
What are you
salted-
building in his
salted
kitchen?
caramel
That's
with
like a filter or something, right, Joel? Okay, because that scared the fuck out of me. I'm like, who the fuck is he filming in the kitchen right now?
I don't
That
even
was
see.
scary as fuck.
Check that that fetus.
Yeah, I want my farts to smell like Colorado Bulldogs made with
Colorado.
salted caramel crown.
Have you ever? Okay, on top of that, have you ever had?
Oh
like,
God, it's Jason.
That is terrifying.
salted caramel ice cream?
Yes.
It is phenomenal. All right,
Who's that?
Random.
He doesn't know.
Random. I don't know.
What do you want your fart to smell like?
Uh,
Oh, that's terrifying.
I don't know if I
I don't
want it
wanna
to
chat
smell
this
like
person. I
anything
just wanna know.
good. I want it to hurt when people
Ugh.
smell it.
So what?
Wasabi?
It's gonna be distinct.
Like it just rips apart your nostrils.
Like when someone
Oh,
smells it, they'll say it
Smelling
out loud.
salts. Like
and
the
they'll
ammonia
just
stuff
know.
that you use to wake up people who are basically in a
Oh,
coma
God.
because they play football.
Overcooked frozen pizza. You're like, God damn it!
Ooh.
Burned.
Like,
Yeah,
like
something
you know what
burnt.
it is, but you're like, they just fucked that up big time. Like that was a good ass frozen pizza, but you just burnt the shit out of it.
Oh my gosh, that'd be really funny actually.
They'll sit there for so long trying to figure out what it is. They're like, what is that smell?
You know, one time I
What is it?
ate macaroni and cheese made with chocolate milk instead of regular milk.
Oh, I bet
How
that
was
was
that?
Oh, that is
terrible.
foul.
It was disgusting,
I
but
bet it
but I
was.
ate it
Cheese
Why?
and chocolate. Although
because it
fondue.
was from a chocolate cow, not a regular cow.
That's-
So what would your fart smell like, Brendan?
Joel, I don't know how to tell you this. That's not how that works.
Prove it.
Okay.
You remember the commercials from the 90s? They had a chocolate cow. I had a chocolate milk bike, 10-speed Huffy. It was sweet. I won it from First National Bank.
10-speed Huffy.
It was sweet. All right, fart.
You keep skipping over
What's
me.
your smell?
Go
He
around.
your
just
smell?
asked you.
And I
He
just
asked you like
I've
four
asked you
times.
4 times. Just give me a smell.
and I answered. I said I'd want
Fan
something to
blade.
be distinct and kind of disgusting at the same time, where they have to think about
Wasabi.
it. I didn't choose that, so I can't.
Clorox
choose it.
wipe.
No.
Lysol wipe.
No.
That's so
Pine
gross.
Sol.
Off-brand
No.
Costco wipe.
Chris's
Pine
Jenny's.
Sol.
No.
Yeah, my dick cheese.
Chris's Jenny's.
No. No. I don't know.
Just pick something.
I'm
Wet dog.
Anything.
not
Wet
dog.
life
Ooh.
jackets.
That would be
Wet
terrible.
life jacket.
Right? That'd be bad.
Wet dog would be terrible.
This is great content right here.
Ah,
Hey, the Capitals are beating the Rangers 3-2.
I know, I saw.
Yeah, but
I'm
they're
not
in
on my
overtime.
phone, so-
Wait, what? Capitals beating the Rangers? It's
After the end of
over.
The first. Oh well, that must be an old notification then. Whatever. I don't
He
care.
said
Fuck,
it was in
fuck every other
overtime.
team in the Metro except for
Wasn't the
the
game
Flyers.
in overtime?
So
Whatever, Brendan. What?
Do you have a
what the
game
fuck? Your sports
of
part?
fart or-
Fucking fuck.
Speak English to me, motherfucker.
What were you gonna say?
What
English,
the fuck do your
motherfucker, do
farts
you
smell
speak
like?
Does
what do
it
you want
smell
your
like
fart?
a bitch?
Why are you trying to sniff him like a bitch?
Oh my god.
I'm glad somebody got the Pulp Fiction reference.
Sniff them.
Someone skip.
Well, I changed the words.
Skip
Instead of-
over.
instead
Oh.
of does he look like a bitch? I
If-
said,
if-
does it smell
if-
like a bitch?
If Joel's farts could smell like anything, they would smell like one.
What does one smell like?
Like fresh laundry. Like, that smell like, like the Febreze spray, like laundry. That'd be fucking great.
You'd be trying to fart all the time.
Or on top of that, I think if I could choose, I would have my farts be have a seasonal smell. Like
pumpkin spice and
like in the winter,
and
like a creme brulee. Like, that's vanilla, like very homey. And then in the spring,
does it turn peppermint on Christmas?
Peppermint or like evergreen. But
so Joel,
then,
I have a follow-up question. That's very important.
But then
so you just want to stick a whole bunch of car fresheners up your ass every time you fart.
in the spring, it's like paradise. Like, oh wow, it smells fucking lemony in here. That's fucking awesome. In the summer, it's just fucking like cool breeze, like you're on an island, and it smells fucking airy and good as shit. Yeah, you're welcome. That's how we can make $1 million fucking dollars on Shark Tank from last week. How to make your farts smell delicious.
So Joel, I have a question.
I want to eat that fart. Yes.
If your farts smell that good, right? Like that calming and like you fart around Christmas time and it smells like peppermints and people are all happy about it. What happens, because I assume you're trying to fart all the time because you're trying to spread your goodwill.
You wouldn't know if it was a candle or a fart.
What happens when you shit yourself?
Which, by the way,
does the smell go back to being shit smell because you tried too hard? Or does it change in some way?
Well,
I guess that goes to the root of it. Is it the shit that smells like this, or just farts? Is it the gas that comes out of your ass?
Let me tell you what. So, best place to fart if you're anywhere.
I feel like you're dodging the question.
Candle store, Yankee Candle. Take a big fucking fart.
Yeah, because it already smells like vomit because of all the competing.
It smells like Island
scents.
Paradise, and everyone's like, "Wow, it smells fucking good in here," but it was really your ass. So, if you're gonna fart, that is a solid composite coming out of your butthole.
I think Joel wants to own a candle store.
And that
That's
shit,
what I'm getting at.
that shit stinks.
But what if you owned a candle store and had different smelling fart candles?
What happens if you own a candle store
If
and
you
you
fart-
have different smelling fart candles, but also you shit yourself on a regular basis?
Well, goddamn, you're in the right business.
Apparently.
They do.
This episode is going to be titled Joel Shits Rainbows.
They do make a candle.
Joel farts
I believe
vanilla.
they make a candle somewhere. They have to. It's 2018. That smells like farts.
I guarantee that's.
Oh, yeah, I
happened.
guarantee it. I could shit in a box right now, concentrate it down, and mix it with some wax, and boom, fart candle.
Why would you want
Charge the
that?
same price as beef jerky.
Candles are expensive,
And
though.
for every,
they
every
are.
Candles
6
are
pounds
expensive.
of shit that I have, 2 pounds of it makes it into
Hey
a candle.
Trace, you want a candle the size of your fist? $20 fucking bucks.
Right. We bought
Well,
one from
it'll
Skinny
be gone by
Bones. It
next
was
week. Fucking good luck.
$14.
Right.
Well, after
went a
everybody
different
lost
direction
power
than I
last
thought.
week, I got on Amazon, was looking at candles, and just like the single ones, are expensive as shit. Those little teacup one or the tea
light.
tiny, tea light ones. You can get a pack of like 200 of those for like $15.
Okay.
Whoa.
Hey.
Yeah,
You
what
know,
you do is you
that
just melt
doesn't
them down
work.
into one giant Mondo candle, and there you go.
Or you
Hey.
just light all 200 of them at the
Well,
same time.
So get this.
I have
Burn your
fire
house
hazard.
down.
So over by Oak Hills, right? Over off like 108th and Q Street. Is that what that is, that neighborhood? So there was a
Sure.
teacher that he and they ended up moving and they bought a house in that neighborhood. When they bought that house, it was still powered by candlelight. They did not have full running electricity in that house. And it was like a newer house.
What year was
But
this?
the guy that lived there, it was run by candlelight. They did not have electricity. I mean, from what I was probably in middle school. We were all in middle school.
Okay, so
When they
years
when they
ago?
bought the
Middle
house,
school
so
trends.
15
how
or
many
so
years ago? But yeah, it was, new
Yeah,
as shit. Like
15
everyone
years ago.
everyone has electricity. Their house was so when they bought the house, they had to have someone come run lights and obviously put lights in the whole house and whatnot. But when they
Oh, that
bought
would
it
suck.
in that day and age, it was candle. So some guy lived there before. I don't know how old he was, but he lived in a candle. But that would honestly not
that's
be a bad.
ridiculous.
But it's not a bad concept if you really think about it. You're not paying for
mean,
electricity. You buy a
no.
candle, you light it, and it lights your house.
Other than the
It's-
Yeah, but you're still
convenience of it.
paying. You're paying for.
But
you
you-
might as well pay for electricity. It's going to cost you the same.
You have
Electricity is pretty cheap here. I don't know why you
well,
would
it's
pay
super
for it.
convenient, right? But if you think about it, you have sunlight all day,
Okay, so my question is:
Yeah,
it
I
was
never
run
opened
by,
my curtains.
It
So
was
that's
run by
out.
candlelight,
and then you sleep
not
at night.
electric lights. What about like the stove and the refrigerator and?
I have no clue about
Any of
that, which
that,
obviously you
'cause-
need stuff like that. But
I mean, half
Or
of them
you
could
just
be
put
run
it
by
in
gas.
salt.
but-
unless he had that, but he didn't have full electricity
Yeah.
through the house, which I could see. Which I don't know. Maybe it worked for him,
maybe
and
it's just somebody that wishes they were back in the
maybe he was from some country, something.
1800s.
But if you sleep at night and you're, working or gone
Yeah, but
during the
what
day
if
and
it
it's
gets
all
hotter
lit
than
up, then
fuck?
All right, so
find some AC.
I think this was I think that was just a middle school rumor that some kid made up. I don't think that that's necessarily true.
Well, no, like we went to his house.
Oh, really? And it
Yeah,
was like that?
my mom used to babysit his
I
kids.
think Chris is calling Joel out right here.
That's the call out.
Call out.
So
Call
my
us?
mom used no, it was
Not necessarily Joel, just the
it
other
was
kids that told him this.
Mr. I know none of you went there, but my mom used to babysit his kid, and my brothers went over there all the time because they
Wait,
had a
was it
kid the
really?
same age. Yes, Mr.
Holy
the
shit!
house that
I'll
they
have
went-
to ask my sisters.
Yeah. So, because they babysat, so my brothers hung out with his son because they were the same age.
So,
we
his
took him
son
over there one
grew,
time.
grew
and
up
that, so
without power?
no. So they bought the house and it
Oh,
didn't have it,
oh.
but they put it in. But when they bought the house, it didn't have full running electricity.
So speaking of middle school stuff, I think this is probably the last thing we talk about. So this came up at work the other day. Do you guys remember they had different colors? They're like little gel nylon bracelets. Was that a thing here? They're
Gel
like,
nylon
like kind of how people have
bracelets.
put like hair ties around the wrist. It was like that, but like there were a bunch of different colors.
But it was gel?
Silly
not
bands.
necessarily gel.
Silly bands.
Kind of like silly bands, but before
the
silly
one
bands.
that you went.
No,
on?
those are slap bracelets. No, the silly bands are like they have different shapes though. They're like the shapes of like.
Oh,
cows and
yes,
stuff
yes,
like
yes,
that.
yes.
But instead of that, it
Stars
was
and
yeah,
shit?
no, it was just straight up just like a circle.
Okay.
So apparently they weren't a thing around here. Maybe they
No.
maybe they'd already
Maybe.
been banned. So no, they've been around for decades, like since like the late '80s. And people, they're just accessory things, right? They're just kind of fashion type things.
Girls
Apparently-
nowadays probably put them around their neck.
no,
chokers.
well, no, not quite that small. But guys and girls were doing this back in the time frame that I'm talking about. So like early mid 2000s, 2000 to 2005, 2006, somewhere in there. So like middle school to early high school for me, right? So there was a rumor that I heard this when I was still in Germany at the time. So this is 7th grade, I think. The story goes that these little bands, they have different colors, and different colors represent different sexual acts.
Were these like the Live Strong bands?
No, not quite that thick.
Okay.
They were like silly bands, silly
They're
bands.
like a
Yeah.
rubber band.
They're that same material,
Okay.
but instead of being
I
a
gotcha.
shape and putting it around your wrist, it's just a circle.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that the silly bands are an evolution of this, but that's just my thought. I can't prove that. So the idea was that the different colors represented different sex acts, and that whoever broke the band around the wearer's wrist would be the person to do that sex act with or to the person who is wearing it. So this got them banned in a lot of places
This might be a good idea.
because
You're
it
just
was
a horny little kid
How-
running around snapping people's bands.
exactly. That's exactly what it turned into.
Hold
And,
on
like
a
a lot
minute.
of schools were like, no, you can't wear them anymore because even though whether or not those rumors were true and like that was a thing, but every kid was like, yeah, like what the fuck was it? It was like the blue sparkly one was like anal sex or something like that. So it's like if you snapped a girl's blue sparkly bracelet, then you could fuck her in the butt. So
Wow.
and like you had like 12-year-olds running around trying to do this shit. So
Okay. Well, not to
Uh,
interrupt, but alternatively, I have heard that, but it was said with like a girl's hair tie. Basically,
that too.
if they had a hair tie on and you snapped it off her wrist or something, then it
Yeah.
meant
right.
whatever.
But in this with these, because they were smaller and lighter, because like a hair tie gets tighter on your wrist and it kind of it sits there. But these things were a lot lighter and they were a lot better stretchy wise. So you could have multiple ones on your wrist. So you could have like a blue sparkly one and a black one and a white one and like blah 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 whatever. So if somebody managed to grab all of them, then they could do all of the things.
Shit.
So yeah.
So,
So
like
we
a
actually researched this at work the other day.
middle school hooker.
Right. We researched this at work the other day. It's just a chick with just nothing but the blue sparkly ones, just like going all the way up to her shoulder. She's like, anybody? Anyone?
She
but
also has
we actually
gonorrhea.
well, now she does. After
Right,
somebody made it
yeah.
to the elbow. Once she got down to the elbow, she got gonorrhea. No, we researched this at work. It started apparently, as best as anybody can tell, in like Florida in like 2003. And my guess is it started at a college because this sounds like the perfect college thing.
Oh yeah, for
This sounds like a for sure college thing. And it's probably the only place that it would fly and people would be like, yeah, it's a little weird, but whatever, they're all adults. But like as soon as it started getting into middle schools, like administrations
Younger
were like,
children.
yeah, they were like, hell no. Like as soon as they figured it out, and like every few years or so, it's like this thing pops up again, and like administrations like are reading the story for the first time, even though it's been around for years and years and years, and they're like, "Oh, we got to put a stop to this." So yeah, I don't think that they're not marketed that way at all. They're just like, here's this fun accessory that you can have because you're 12 and you like to spend your money on stupid shit.
And you like butt stuff now.
Yeah, and also you want to get
All of a
fucked in the ass.
sudden, he.
Anal sex. Exactly.
Oh
So,
my
yeah,
gosh.
It is. I guess it's time for Joel to get his ass beaten mad at now. Is that what's happening next?
Thank you for listening.
Who want what?
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Share the channel as
subscribe
well.
Hit us up next
Share,
week.
share,
Let us know
share,
what you want
share.
your fart to smell like.
Yeah, there you go.
Put it in the comments.
And
Put in
thanks
the
for visiting
comments.
the Spooky Boobs podcast.
Or at the Wild Card Podcast, I think is the Twitter account.
.com.
Yeah.
The Wild Card Podcast. That doesn't go anywhere. Don't go to that
Instagram.
website.
I
I own the
gotta-
domain, but it doesn't go anywhere.
I'm gonna have to give you. You're gonna have to start posting on Instagram
Why?
Yeah,
Why
check
can't
us
you
out
do
on
that?
Twitter,
because
Instagram.
I'm bad at it.
Did
You
you
gotta
say-
remind me.
The worst at it. I have 0 posts on Instagram.
I'll have to
The
take
only
a
thing I've done on
picture.
Instagram is DM you.
True.
The
True.
stanky leg
Chris
Fair
sliding
podcast.
enough.
on them DMs.
Hey, Trace slid into my DMs first, and he slid into my DMs before I even had my Instagram account like installed. Like I have had Instagram for a long time because
I
it
have
kind of
funny
comes with
videos
Facebook,
I gotta share.
and I logged in and I looked through our fucking DMs, and there were like 17 other messages from before the one that I saw, and I was like, Jesus. Trace is just over here, just randomly, just Chris will find this funny, and he'll be like, "Did you get my video?" No, I don't even have Instagram installed. Stupid.
Well, get it installed, asshole.
I have it installed now. Any pizza is a personal pizza if you believe in yourself. It's a
Perfect.
life motto. Also, the less safe for work version: anything is a dildo if you try hard enough.
If you're
Alright.
brave enough.
If you're brave enough, and if you use enough lube.
Joel's gonna go order food now.
And
They
on that
deliver.
note, we've made Joel hungry.
All